Yo, what's going on, everybody? It is Straight Outta Boston here, and today I'm back for episode number 41 of my Tampa Bay Rays Let's Play series here on OOTP 18. So today we're back with the American League Championship Series here after sweeping the Houston Astros and moving to 4-0 in this postseason. We are set to face off against our division rival, the New York Yankees, the team that beat us by 4 games in the division this year. They defeated their division series opponent, the Kansas City Royals, in how many games? It was a 4-game series, so they beat them rather handily. And the Yankees, a team that has been pretty hyped up the last couple of years, and I would say it's kind of underperformed, especially this year. I don't remember what their record was last year, but okay, they were 98 wins last year, so really after they had this down year, they reloaded, they signed a bunch of free agents, and like Moncada, like Machado, among others, and they were pretty much supposed to be this 100-win team, and they're supposed to be it again this year, but only 88 wins, so kind of underperformed, and I think a lot of that had to do with their pitching. They were 4th in runs scored, and they were 4th in runs against, so maybe not so much, at least relative to the American League. But if you take a look at their offense, it is pretty loaded. They've got Manny Machado, Ron Sequist, Blake Rutherford, who had a big year last year. He is one of the reasons why they weren't quite as good this year as they were last year, because he was a 6.5-win player last year, and he was pretty much half of that production this year in about 14 less games and around 100 less plate appearances. But you can tell the home runs were down, the average was down because of that. The OBP was down, the slugging. I mean, pretty much you just see didn't quite hit for as much power this year. That was the big difference. But they have Grant Burden, who's got a pretty good track record at the plate. Moncada, same thing with him. He's slugged 500 the last couple years. This year it was down, but the average he maintained at 285 with a solid OBP. So they've got some pretty solid hitters here. A couple good base runners too in Burton and Moncada. Really a solid mix of position players. Austin Hedges behind the plate, a good defensive catcher. So very solid group of position players. And then, on top of that, solid pitching as well. Couple not so highly rated guys here though. Justice Sheffield, he's been kind of up and down. Vorshek, not a younger guy, but I guess he was just on a rehab stint. But, yeah, he was solid this year. He holds the ball in the yard, but the whip is pretty high. Still only 10 home runs. They have this guy, their number 2 man, Zi-Fu Ryu, the legend, I guess, 6'7", Taiwanese international free agent, signed with the Cubs about 8 years ago now, and he's actually put together a really good career in the States. And he had a 7-win season only 3 years ago with the Cubs, and then I guess he signed, another guy that they signed recently this offseason. He came over. The strikeouts are way down, but still he's always been a command guy, and he's been doing that again this year. And he pitched really well in the World Baseball Classic earlier this year, so 3.22 ERA, career 3.12 ERA, pitching in his 30s entirely in the States. That's really, this is really impressive. If he definitely would have been a Hall of Famer if he had come over 5 years earlier. Assuming that he was at least somewhat this good, close to this good, when he was in his 20s. And usually guys are better in their 20s than when they're in their 30s. So, that's really impressive. This guy's pretty good track record, but certainly on the decline. And then this guy's their ace, Piquion, who doesn't really have any track record of success in the major leagues. He's had a couple. You have to also consider these guys are pitching in the AL East. This guy is a first-round draft pick. You see 3.4 wins, 4.1 wins. Doesn't look so impressive with the ERAs, but pitching in the AL East, pitching in Yankee Stadium, that's actually not too bad. And then out of the bullpen, Cody Allen, Joe Ziegler, Cap, one of the guys they traded for Sonny Gray, Hunter Wood, some decently rated guys, but a lot of guys who had bad years, it seems. They have Brendan Little, who we had, and then we traded. They had him initially. We claimed him off waivers, and then we traded him back to the Yankees. They have Oviedo, another guy we traded back to the Yankees. And these two guys were in the deal for Greg Bird, who we eventually shipped off for Edwin Diaz. So swapping of some bullpen arms there. But anyway, so we've taken a good look at their roster. I certainly think that the pitching is where we could expose them a little bit, especially if our bats stay hot. But definitely a solid team. And certainly as talented as we are, maybe better. I don't know. Maybe I underrate our talent a little bit. I think certainly we've had some patchwork going on at center field, among other places, and really with the entire outfield. Some spots we're going to need to address moving forward. But, much like them, we do have, if you look at like their 1 through 5 or 6 in their lineup, I guess they have guys like Myrie and Mesta sprinkled in here. These guys are also pretty good hitters. I didn't even really take a look at them. This guy's only 23, and he had 26 home runs in 95 games. And Myrie, 505 slugging. He's only 1 star at 28 home runs in 128 games. So, wow, they actually have some young talent too, but we kind of, I mean, I look at us, we also sort of have that drop off a little bit with our 7, 8, 9. Certainly some patchwork going on, but some guys have had big hits. Rodriguez had a big hit the last series. We got Faito going. Faito was solid in that first game, but certainly could have been better. Honeywell is hot right now. We could go with him. It doesn't really make a huge difference. And Faito, I think I have a little bit more trust in, despite Honeywell being on his game, and he's coming off a very good start. So let's go with Schwarber over... We have Bowers back, so it's Schwarber or Rodriguez. We're going to go with Schwarber, even though the defense takes a hit. We can move him up in the lineup. And we are ready for Game 1 against New York. It's going to be in New York at the Bronx. This is the first time we have taken on an AL East team in the playoffs, I'm pretty sure. The only other team that we would have faced was the Red Sox, and I'm pretty sure we never played them. This is certainly the first time we played the Yankees. We got a 3-0 lead there. We didn't score in the first inning, but we have jumped on them early on once again. 4 runs on Rue so far, this guy that I was talking up a little bit before the game. We got 8 hits off of him now. We got a bunch of hits that inning without a run. And now they've got Brendan Little in there, as Faito is throwing a pretty good game so far, 5 innings, and nothing going for the Yankees. We've got a 4-run lead, only 4 Ks to 2 walks for Faito, but he has thrown 6 scoreless, and it is Rafael Devers with a, well, he was leading off that inning, and we scored. I don't know what happened, but we got a 5-run lead now, and Faito is dealing with the top of the lineup for the Yankees. And still nothing going for the Yankees. They cannot get on the board here. It is top of the 8th. Still a 5-run lead. Let's start going batter by batter here. And, yep, knew that was going to happen. So, first hit of the night for the Yankees comes in the 8th inning. It is this Shamar Myrie guy. Faito's at 94 pitches. Let's leave him in. It's bottom of the lineup. He's got Rutherford, though. Rutherford hits it hard, but that is going to be playable for the second baseman. We get the easy out at first. So, 1 down for Moncada, who's got 2 strikes on him. And that ball hit well to right center. That's going to get into the gap for extra bases. And I really need to remember to start warming up pitchers here, because I really need to have someone up to take Faito out right now, but I don't, because I'm silly. Let's get Givens and DeYoung up, just in case I do not. I'm not afraid to use DeYoung for 4 or 5 outs. Most certainly not. What a play by the second baseman. That's a big out, number 2. Now the number 9 man Hedges. Faito, probably his last batter of the game. Most certainly his last batter of the game. And, oh, it's an error for the shortstop. Oh, that's bad. Bad play by Correa. Now the inning gets to Burton. And I think I'm just going to go to DeYoung here if he's warm and ready to go, because this is a big spot. He is dealing with the leadoff man. Pickoff play at first. Interesting. Nothing going there. 2-2 the count now to Burton. As DeYoung, they're talking about DeYoung. Here we go, line drive, and that's into right field for a base hit. Another run will score. 5-2 now, as the tying run will come to the plate, and Derek Fisher, he strikes out. So DeYoung gets out of the inning. We've got a 3-run lead now, heading into the 9th. Didn't mean to go batter by batter here. We'll just go half inning. And then it is Machado leading things off for the Yankees here in the 9th. He strikes out swinging. 1 down for Sequist. Sequist hits a bomb to right field. This ball is back and gone into the right field bleachers. A solo home run for Ron Sequist. It's 5-3 now. Myrie up. He will strike out swinging 2 down. Rutherford, the last chance for the Yankees. Line drive. Third baseman makes the catch, and the game is over. The Rays remain undefeated in this postseason. They win their 5th straight game of playoff baseball as they defeat the Yankees in Game 1. A 5-3 win. And now we've got game number 2. I think Snell is going to be ready to go in game 2, if I'm not mistaken. Nope, he's actually not going to be ready until game 3. So it is going to be Honeywell, as it was in game 2 of the division series. And that worked out for Brent Honeywell. He's coming off of a fantastic start against the Houston Astros. We have got game number 2 coming up against the Yankees from New York, once again on the road to start out the series. And we're going to get Schwarber in there once again. It's been a little bit hot and cold in these playoffs, but on level, the stats not too bad. A home run, slugging .597. And Stubbs has come to play against the right-handed hitters, or against the right-handed pitchers, I should say. That is for sure. So, all right, let's see if Honeywell can continue the magic without striking out batters. I don't know if that's going to keep up, but maybe he gets some strikeouts this game. We will see. Let's see if we get out to another early lead. That has been a common theme. And there we go, 2-0 lead. Of course, New York answering, though. And Honeywell struggling, 5-3 New York now. So, on to the top half of the fourth. We get a run back. Honeywell at 59 pitches. Might want to get someone up. That ball hit well to center field. Is it going to stay in the yard? It does. Wow, a fly out to the deepest part of the park there in Yankee Stadium. So let's get... Oh, jeez, I did not realize Jonathan Holder was day-to-day for 5 weeks. That really hurts my long inning strategy here. My long relief strategy. Let's see if Honeywell can settle in here. He's really not settling in. Please don't allow a homer to Hedges. That ball caught. This is really dangerous, letting him face Burton, but I'm going to do it. All right, that is a ground out, it seems. So after 2 long flyouts to the 8-9 man, gets the leadoff man to ground out. Now it is Gillespie. Probably should just go till runners in scoring position here. Nothing going. We've got Robles ready. I'm just going to put him in to deal with the 2-3-4 in this Yankees lineup. Juan Mestas is at the dish. He will be the first man to face the former Met reliever turned Tampa Bay Ray, Hansel Robles, who induces the flyout for out number 1. Now it's Manny Machado, who will take ball 4. 3-1 count to Sequest now. This could be back-to-back walks, and it is. So 2 men on for the Yankees here, looking to add on to their 1-run lead. And now Shamar Myrie up. That ball hit to center field, falling fast, but a nice catch by the center fielder, Ricardo Cespedes. 2 down in the inning. Blake Rutherford up next, 2-2 count. He strikes out swinging, and Robles throws a scoreless 5th. So we will take that out of him. Might ask him to come back out for the 6th. Probably to at least start the 6th. And we do not get anything going there in our half of the 6th inning. We get Jim Fisher up, perhaps. This could be a good spot for him. Did not look great in that one shot I gave him in the division series. It's Robles facing Moncada. That's a ground out. 1 away for Garcia. Garcia hit the ball deep to center last time, but this time he strikes out. 2 down for Austin Hedges. 3-2 count. That ball hit up the middle for a base hit. So now I'm going to turn things over to Fisher. Robles has thrown 39 pitches. He is done. So Fisher on to face Burton. 0-2 counts. Fisher only 16 or only 12 2/3 innings this year and did not look sharp after coming off the DL. Coming back from Tommy John, gives up a single there to Burton. 2 down for Juan Mestas. This is a soft ground ball, but it's going to be an infield hit. So the bases will be loaded for Machado. 2-1 count. That ball hit well to left field. Schwarber over to make the play. So we get out of the inning. New York somehow does not add on to their lead. It remains a 1-run game. On to the 7th we go. Cespedes leading things off, facing the left-handed pitcher, Zach Curtis, on for the Yankees. Now, that's a base hit into right field, so a lefty-on-lefty single for Ricardo Cespedes. And the leadoff man is on for the Rays. That's a line out. Unlucky there was Luis Arias. And Moncada looks like he is a little bit banged up, but he will stay in the game. So 1 down for Rafael Devers, dealing with a lefty. And he is probably going to strike out here. No, he flies 1 to center field. This is going to be caught by the center fielder, Grant Burton. 2 away for Casey Gillespie. And he will strike out. So nothing going there in the 7th for Tampa Bay. We head to the bottom of the 7th. It's Fisher. And Fisher with a clean 7th right there. He is at 23 pitches. So we will take him out and go to Zach Birdie next. As Fisher looking pretty sharp here tonight. Correa on now to face Cody Allen. And Correa strikes out swinging. 1 down for Jake Bowers. We are still just 1 swing away from tying this game, but have not gotten much going offensively since the 4th inning. Now Luis Molina with a pop-up. And this is going to be good for out number 3. So we will head to the bottom of the 8th. New York still up a run. And we are going to go to Zach Birdie here for the 8th. And give him the inning. Gives up a hit, but no runs. On to the 9th. I will get Dan DeYoung up just in case, but the way our offense is going, I don't see us doing much off of Cody Allen here. That is ball 4 to Schwarber. And I could pinch run for him here. Probably would make sense with Ramiro Rodriguez. We will do that. So I'm not going to steal here, but in a gapper If Stubbs hits a gapper here, we could send him home. That is ball 4. Rodriguez to second, Stubbs to first. So Allen has let the first couple of men reach here for Ricardo Cespedes. I think I'm going to bunt with Cespedes here. Hitting only 238 in the playoffs. I don't really think we have many pinch hit options. I think Rodriguez would have been one of our only pinch hit options, really. We could go with O'Hearn. Let's do that, since Rodriguez, well, then we would have to put Rodriguez in center. That's a little bit dangerous, but I'm going to do it anyway. Maybe O'Hearn gets a big hit for us right here. He is down in the count 1 and 2, however. That is a ground ball through to left field for a base hit. Ooh, this is a tough call with no outs in the inning. But Rodriguez is a fantastic runner. I don't know if he is going to be safe here if I send him. I think I'm going to not send him, because that ball looked like it was getting to the left fielder right as Rodriguez was getting to third base. And I know that the game might not play that out how it would in real life, but usually in that situation in real life, you don't want to send the runner there. And we've got the top of the lineup, and there are no outs. So I don't want to push it. So we're going to let Urias hit here with no outs. He's ahead in the count 2-0. Soft ground ball. They go to home with it. They get the out there. Everyone else is safe. So 1 out for Rafi Devers. And he hits it well to right field. This ball down the line. It is caught. And it looks like, I don't know what's happening here. That ball gets away. And I don't know what just happened. I guess the run scored, tying run scores. That was weird. It looked like, because I was so confused. It looked like it was going to get caught, but then I thought the guy from third didn't even tag up. It looked like he just scored. And then I don't know, the throw got by the catcher. I don't know why O'Hearn didn't try to score, but whatever. Who knows? So now 2 down for Gillespie. Go ahead run 90 feet away. And it's a 3-1 count. That's ball 4, so that's going to give Correa a chance. He's got a full count. A walk gives us the lead. And he strikes out swinging. So we take a tie game to the 9th. Correa working on an 0 for today. Not having a good night at the plate. DeYoung will try to give us an inning here. Rodriguez to center field and O'Hearn to left. Is that how we want to do this? Yep. So DeYoung on. I'm going to get... yeah, I'll get Givens up. Even though if the inning... I'll probably just give DeYoung the inning, and then if he gives up the lead, the game is over. So... not much to overexpend him here, but he is a little bit tired. Definitely not going to go more than 1 inning. Dealing with the 2-3-4, though. These are 3 big outs to get in this part of the game. He strikes out Machado. Now he's got to deal with Sequist. 3-2 count to him. That's strike 3 swinging. So DeYoung, 3 big outs out of him. He has been dominant this postseason. And he keeps the game tied at 5 on 14 pitches. His night is going to be done. He will give way to Michael Givens. Jake Bauers leading off in the top half of the 10th, dealing with Joe Ziegler. That's a ground ball to the first baseman. Tough play, but they get the out. On the toss to the pitcher, 1 away for Luis Molina. Righty on righty right here. That's a base hit into left center field. So a 1-out hit for Molina. Now that will bring Ramiro Rodriguez to the plate. And that is a base on ball, so the go-ahead run to second base. Rodriguez is on. Stubbs is going to get a chance here against the righty. That is a base hit into center field. And we will hold Molina at third. But the bases are loaded for O'Hearn, who had the game at time. Well, I don't know. I guess he just walked earlier. He had the hit that we didn't send the runner on. So he almost tied the game earlier, but he did contribute to that inning. That is a long fly to center. This should get the run home. Yeah, I know Molina's an awful runner, but we're going to send him because that's really deep. I'd be surprised. Yeah, I was going to be surprised if Molina didn't score there. But that gets the go-ahead run home, so we take a 1-run lead. And now Urias up a 2 away. That ball into right field for a base hit. Rodriguez is going to score here, right? I know Messis is a cannon, but we're going to send him with 2 outs. And Rodriguez does score. He was the man who he probably would have scored earlier if I just sent him from left field. The fact that he made it on that pretty easily, I think he would have scored. But it doesn't matter now. We're up 2 runs. We got a chance to win this game. That ball hit into center, but it looks like it is... Oh, that's going to drop, actually. 2 more runs are going to score. A 2 RBI double for Rafael Devers. It looks like... I thought Burton was going to catch that, but he did not. So now it's a 4-run lead. Casey Gillespie is at the dish. And he's going to hit one to center field. This one should be playable for Burton. I think he will finally end the inning here, and he does. So we got 4 runs in the 10th, and we have battled back here. We now have a chance to... come away from New York with a 2-0 series lead. This would be huge, as it's Mateo, Rutherford, and Moncada due up to deal with the man who usually pitches the 8th inning for Tampa Bay, Michael Givens. But he's not been used yet tonight, so he's being used in this situation, trying to close out the game. Gives up a 1-out single to Rutherford. Now Moncada, that ball hit into center field. That's going to get down. Back-to-back singles for the Yankees. Dermis Garcia is up now with a 1-0 count. That's grounded to the second baseman. Nice play, but no throw at first. An infield hit and the bases are loaded. The tying run comes to the plate. It is Derek Fisher, a man with a little bit of power. Dangerous situation here for Michael Givens. The 3-2 count. That ball back up the middle for a base hit. 1 run is going to score. The bases remain loaded. The tying run is on, and the winning run is at the plate. It is Grant Burton. And now the question is, we don't really have anyone to turn to if we think Givens can't get out of this. He has thrown 22 pitches. But now he's got to deal with Mestas and maybe Machado in this inning. It's Burton. Burton pops this one up. This is going to be a big out number 2, as that is squeezed by the second baseman Arias. 2 away for Juan Mestas, the man with the kind of power that could win this game with 1 swing of the bat. Up with the bases loaded here in the 10th. That ball hit down the right field line, and it is gone. A walk-off grand slam. Unbelievable. What a game. That was unbelievable. Look at that win probability chart. I don't believe that. That is absolutely incredible. What a game. Like 50% of me is so mad, and the other 50% of me is just in disbelief. That was insane. Like, how many times does a team score 4 runs in the 10th only to have the home team effing score more and win in a walk-off? I mean, that was incredible. Juan Mestas, I said it, man. He had the chance, and he did. A walk-off grand slam. That is too bad. So it's 1-1 now. At least we split the games in New York. I'm not totally upset because we did win Game 1. If we hadn't won Game 1 and we lost Game 2 like that, then I would be totally upset. Because then you're looking at being down 2-0. That's huge. A big difference from it being 1-1, obviously. It's just a big turning point. But anyway, let's get Schwarber in there. So we pinch ran for him in the 9th. And ended up not having to because we didn't even take advantage of Rodriguez's speed. And other than that, we're going to keep the lineup as it was. Snell on the mound. He's going to be facing the Yankees' number 3 starter, who I don't know who that is, so we're going to have to wait to see who it is. 4 runs for New York in the first. It's Charlie Vorschek going for New York. Let's see if Snell settles in, and maybe if the offense can bail out Snell a little bit here. He certainly has earned it, but he is struggling. This is not good. Our starting pitching is appearing to crap out on us at the worst possible time of the year. And we don't really have... I guess we could try... Can we go to Holder here? He can pitch while he's hurt, but I don't know how smart this is going to be if we turn to him. But we might have to. Snell gives up a leadoff double to Mateo. Now facing the lefty Sequist. That's strike 3. Another lefty Rutherford. That's strike 3. Now it's Moncada. This will be his last man. Moncada with the soft ground ball. Make the play. Yes. All right. So Snell does get through the 5th, but gives up 6 runs. Not a good performance from him. We are down 4 runs as he departs. Johan Oviedo, or what's his name? Johan Oviedo is into the game for the Yankees, so we obviously need to score runs right now. And we don't. Holder on, the former Yankee, pitches 1 scoreless inning. Let's see if he can make it 2. And he does. Wow, look at this. He's pitching hurt. He's not even doing that bad. And he's the type of guy who can go multiple innings, so I'm going to give him kind of a long leash here in this 3rd inning of work. Let's get Jim Fisher up again. Holder dealing with the number 6 man, Rutherford. That's a base hit. And he's at 27 pitches. Now he's facing Moncada. That is a bunt, or... Yep, that's a sac bunt. We do make the play at first. Now that run moves up to second. That runner moves up to second. Garcia passed the ball. But we have a chance at a strikeout here. And nope, he's going to fly 1 to center. That's going to be plenty deep enough to score the run. So make it 7-2 New York. They look like they are well on their way to winning this ball game. Holder surrenders 1 run in 3 innings. Can't really blame him. And anything going? We get 2 back, so it's a 3-run game now. 2-run home run from Jake Bowers off of Joe Ziegler. Fisher on for the 9th. I'm just going to give him the whole inning. If he gives up runs, so be it. All right, 7, 8, 9 down by 3 runs, facing their closer, Caprellian. Schwarber somehow gets an infield hit. Don't ask me how that just happened. Now it's Garrett Stubbs. This guy is not their normal closer, is he? Cap? I don't think so. Cody Allen is, so maybe they're demoting Allen. But that's a flyout. Cespedes now. Could pinch hit for him, but we're going to leave him in. That was probably a mistake. Tying run does get up to second base for Urias. That is hit into left field. That's a base hit. And that's not the tying run. What am I doing? That gets the tying run to the plate now in Devers. So we do have some sort of chance here. Devers certainly can hit the long ball. And he hits one to the first baseman. That's going to be out number 3. And the Yankees win game 3. So we have lost 2 in a row now. We are down 2-1 in the series. And things not looking good for us. But we know how quickly things can change. We're going to have Glass now on the mound in Game 4. He's going to make his first start of the postseason. And I am going with him over Miguel Lara. I decided to put him on the roster, even though I know his track record is so bad. And I'm probably going to trade him in the offseason. It seems that the experiment with him has not worked. We will see if he can do it for one night here in Tampa Bay. This is a big game. He's facing Sheffield, who has not given up a run this postseason, but has struggled against Tampa Bay this year. And we are going to start Schwarber once again because he continues to hit the ball pretty well. Schwartz is in there against the lefty. And we will get this game going with Tyler Glass now on the mound. Hopefully he does not give up 4 runs in the first inning like Snell did. We've got a 2-0 lead now. Getting back to getting out to those early leads. That is a good sign. Glass now with 3 scoreless so far. 5 strikeouts. As he is pitching fairly well here. 51 pitches. Only 1 hit. 7 Ks, 2 walks, 77 pitches. Still only 1 hit through 6 innings. So he is really, really pitching well. Nothing else you can say about it. Another scoreless inning. That one coming in the 7th. He's at 86 pitches. He can go 8 innings here, it looks like. Got a 5-run lead. Gives up a second hit, but gets through the 8th. He's at 99 pitches. Do I dare let him try to get the complete game? I'll get DeYoung up just in case, maybe. Since he's had 2 days of rest now. And we wouldn't have to use him for more than a batter or 2. I would think. Glass now dealing with the leadoff man, Foster. That's a ground out. So 1 away for Juan Mestas. And that is through into right field for a base hit. This guy continues to kill us. Look at him. He's hitting .429 this postseason. He is a beast. Now it's Machado. That ball hit to center. But I think the center fielder Cespedes is going to make the play. 2 away for Sequist. And Sequist strikes out swinging. Tyler Glass now with a complete Game 3 hit shutout. 8 strikeouts to 2 walks, 109 pitches, and we have evened up the championship series at 2 games apiece. A huge performance. 9 strikeouts, I should have said. 113 pitches. That was pretty awesome stuff there at Glass now. A man who was, by all accounts, a huge disappointment this year. 5.91 ERA. The strikeout to walk ratio, I mean, the whip so high, just was not effective over the long sample, but he has got the stuff, man. He's got that big hook. And he showed it there for that one night against the Yankees. A huge performance out of him.